Hello everyone and welcome back to Joy of Stationery. I'm Jennifer, and for today's video I just wanted to do a quick little overview of my 2025 Hobonichi weeks setup, and this is because I am actually starting the Hobonichi weeks for 2025 pretty much right away. So for those of you who might know about this, the Hobonichi weeks technically I think begins in or gives you the whole month of December of the year prior. And so because it's a weekly planner, it gives you the week during which December 1st begins. And so for this year, that week begins on the 25th of November. So I'm very excited to be starting this next week. So a few things to kind of introduce, because I don't think I've actually shown this on my channel just yet. I decided that for kind of my main EDC weeks that I would actually go with this beautiful design, and this is the Tanabata design from the 2025 release. This is the collaboration with Unsodo. So it comes from the Bijutsukai, I think, like sort of wood block images from a century ago. These really, really beautiful and really interesting designs. And so Hobonichi has come out with a whole kind of series based on these beautiful woodblock illustrations. So this is the weeks that I ended up finally deciding on. I do have another weeks that I'll be showing in a future video that I'll be using for a different purpose, but this one is the one I decided would be my EDC weeks, the one that I hope will really constitute in some ways my life book, even if in miniature, since it is quite a small and slim planner. So I just wanted to show you what I am doing in terms of my setup here. I've got the Tanataba weeks. I actually have also this. This is a Hobonichi weeks sort of sized memo pad, and these come in packs of 3, and I've decorated the front with this little cutout of a cat from the Four Legs brand. And so these are just I just think they are really, really cute. This is the brown memo pad, and this is because I felt like the brown would match really well with the cover that I've gotten for my EDC weeks setup for 2025. So I guess let me just, I'll put this down over here for now, and let me just show you the cover. So this is the beautiful Areti design made by Evangelia, I want to say her name is, from Elysian paper. And so let me just show you the dust bag that it came with. So it came in this lovely dust bag as well. And I believe that she's based in Greece, and I have long been admiring from afar the beautiful covers that she's come out with. This one was actually a collaboration between Evangelia from Elysian paper and Cafe Analog. I don't know if you can kind of see here. Let me see if I can get the light to kind of shine, but you can see we've got both of their sort of branding on the back here. So it's Elysian Papers kind of logo, and then Cafe Analog. And so this is the first time that Cafe Analog, I think, was doing a collaboration with Elysian paper, and I thought it might just be the perfect occasion to finally, you know, try out one of Elysian paper's covers. And I am really, really loving it. I had long especially admired this Areti design. So the Areti design is the one that has this, you know, kind of clear window in the front, and so you can use it to sort of decorate how you'd like in the front here. I think that a lot of people have been really creative with that. This is the first time that I'm really sort of trying that out, so I might not be quite as well versed in figuring out how to do that, but you can see here that what I sort of decided on, it might be a little hard to see exactly, but I've just put a few little elements in that I just thought would be kind of cute for my setup. You know, even though the Tanabata cover is a little bit busier, I wanted to keep these really colorful leaves that accompanied the cover I have seen, I think in other covers that I've seen kind of pictures of from Elysian paper, she does incorporate some really beautiful like leaves in the front of this clear cover, and it always looks so beautiful and elegant. And so I love the fact that she kind of included these really colorful ones, this pink one and this red one. And I thought, you know what, I just kind of want to, you know, keep it there, but maybe try to bring it together with some other elements. So I've cut out another one of those cats. As you saw earlier, this is another one of the 4 legs designs. And then you can see a little bit perhaps behind the red leaf here. I have a little piece of tissue paper, and I've applied some gold lettering stickers for 2025. I decided to put it kind of underneath the red leaf, which is kind of translucent, just so that it's a little bit more subtle. And I like that it's there. I hope that, I don't know if you can see it exactly, but I guess I'll find out. So let me show you just the inside as well. Apologies for the other side of the clear cover because it's not exactly the most aesthetic because I would just, as you can see, just pasting the elements together here. But I don't mind that because, you know, for me, it just kind of matters what's on the front here. But I just wanted to show you the design inside and how beautiful it is. So this is, I think, part of the already design, the clear front cover, bordered by some, you know, kind of a leather frame. And then you've got 2 pockets here, so a full-sized pocket in the kind of accent leather color, and then this secretary pocket with a little bit of a card slot here. And this color combination was, I think, one of the ones that was recommended by the Cafe Analog collaboration. This one was actually recommended for their A5 size, which was different. It wasn't an Areti cover. I think it was a different kind of cover that didn't have a clear window in the front. But I loved that color combination so much. So this is the coal leather, which to me actually looks like a very dark espresso. It is different though, because I think that Evangelia has a leather called espresso, which is a little bit lighter than this one. But to me, it looks like a really, really kind of dark espresso that also is a little bit more on the grayish side in terms of a dark brown. And then this sort of like dusty pink or mauve a little bit. It was called Puce, P-U-C-E. And this is a really just so soft. It's almost like a soft kind of suede type of leather. And I just thought the combination looked really elegant together. Just the kind of, you know, dark espresso of the coal with the dusty pink, the dusty sort of more sophisticated and a little bit darker pink of the Puce. And I thought that this would be maybe the combination that I went for. So that's the one that I went with, and I'm so glad. I also had my Hanataba, I'm sorry, not the Hanataba, the Tanabata weeks in mind with some of the pastels. It's got some pinks in there as well, and I just thought that that would make a nice combination, and I think it really does. So yeah, so I'm really, really excited about this beautiful cover. The leather is just really, really soft. I've loved feeling the leather. It's quite smooth and just a little bit glossy, this outside one, the coal color. And then as I showed you, the Puce is this really kind of velvety and very soft suede type of texture. And it does feel quite delicate, but I really love it. It's beautifully soft and beautifully soft kind of inside, on the inside of the coal as well. So let me just kind of show you what it looks like to have this inside here. So we'll just kind of slip that in. And I usually kind of just tuck these bookmarks kind of in the back because I don't often use them too much, but I haven't quite had the heart to cut them off entirely, just in case. But this is what it looks like, and so you can see you can still, you know, fit some things in this pocket here. You can also fit things in the secretarial pocket, as well as you have your little card slot here. You can see that I do have the same line pencil board. This is the Weeks pencil board, and this also comes from one of the Bijutsukai designs. And so I thought it was just a nice way to continue with the appreciation of these wonderful, like, century-old images. Because I was so excited to jump into this, I have actually started using it already, and let me just show you what that is looking like. So for this past week, or just the first, or not the first, but a few days of the past week, I decided to go ahead and, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot that I was just testing out some new color pencils here, but it gives a nice splash of color. But what I had started doing was kind of testing out a little bit of a daily log or daily kind of tasks set up in the back in the notes here, so you can kind of see that. Whoops, I left this page just in case I want to build in an index. So these are the notes pages, and so for the last last few days before the planner officially starts on the 25th of November, I just wanted to kind of try some things out, and this was a layout that I'd been using in a different notebook that I will share at some future moment. But I have each of the days here, and a little bit of a kind of schedule on the left side, and then kind of a running task list for the day on the right side. So it has been really fun to already start using it, and I really like this system here. And so I know now that were I ever to need some more space to do a little bit more kind of micro planning on the daily, whether it's kind of Bujo style, or again, this is in my mind a variation on the Bujo style in terms of how I've liked to kind of plan things out. I know that I can kind of turn to the notes and do that here. In terms of the actual weeklies, let me just kind of show you. I've already begun to kind of set it up, and you can see that what I've done so far is used a mile liner just to kind of put some color and kind of indicate the weekdays. And I am doing something similar where I've used one of the hidden lines in a way, right? The guidelines that Hobonichi gives us in terms of the little dots on the lines. Used pencil just to do kind of a lighter line to separate the parts of the weekly boxes. And I'll be putting appointments and kind of schedule time-bound things on the left side, and using the right-hand side for little announcement and reminders and tasks and things like that. So you can see that this is, pretty much what I am kind of planning, which is very much an echo of what I've been doing here. Obviously, these have taken up a little bit more than what you could imagine in the size of a weekly box. And so if I need more room, there's plenty of room to sort of expand that. But I wanted to kind of try that out this time around for this particular 2025 weeks setup. You can see that I've got a golden number here and here, and I've done that later on once 2025 begins as well. And this for me is just to kind of indicate the weeks of the semester. And so because so much of my planning revolves around the academic year, and in particular the academic semesters at my institution or at my university, these are just some nice little kind of visual markers for me, just to give me a quick look at where I am in both the academic year as well as the academic semester. And so that just helps to, kind of frame the rest of the planning that I'm doing and the way that I'm sort of thinking about what needs to get done this particular week as well as the week ahead, etc., etc. So this is just how I'm kind of laying it out. You can see it's actually, it's quite simple. It's a little bit more functional. You know, it might be the case that I add some stickers, you know, as I'm kind of going through the week, but for now I wanted to keep it quite blank and give myself the flexibility to figure out different layouts and systems that I would like to try out for this next year. In terms of the monthlies then, it's pretty much more of the same as well. You can see that I've also added the kind of golden numbers here too, but I will have it be kind of an overview of my different appointments. And because I've been using these golden numbers, it sounds so fancy, golden numbers, but these actually came from I picked these up at Ryman Stationery, so I would say that in the UK, at least from what I gather, it reminds me a little bit of like a Staples or an Office Max type of store that I remember being more used to in the US on a little bit of a smaller scale, but they are quite common in the city and kind of around the UK. So I saw that they had these, so I was able to just pick up a you know, a little pack of just of these golden numbers to try out. And so you can see that I've been marking once again kind of the semester weeks, so the weeks of the semester, since that's typically how our semester tends to be kind of organized and divided. And this way it just gives me a really easy, quick, at a glance look at where we are kind of in terms, again, of the semester and of the academic year. I've not done a whole lot of decoration, and I will sort of feel it out as I go. For now, I've just put the clear pocket that Hobonichi provides with each of their week's planners, and this is the lovely, beautiful product card that came with this week's. You can see that in the background, and you can see a little bit more clearly on the frame, there are some of the other designs in the lineup that Hobonichi announced. So this is the beautiful rainbow design that was featured for their Hone designs, so the A6 and A5 Hones. And then this one, oh, sorry if you can hear the honking in the back. This one is the lovely kind of tile design that they featured on the A5 cover in the Bijutsukai line. So I love that they include these, and for now I've just kind of inserted that in here. Oops. I've got this cute little star with a face sticker here, and this was actually from a set of Patreon stickers by Pen and Alex, who I think is based in Germany. And I liked the set of stickers that arrived so much. It's the first time that I'd gotten her work, and I liked them so much that I put them basically all on one page. So you can kind of see here, these were all elements of the sticker page, and I just decided to kind of just try it out as, you know, a fun little frontispiece that's, you know, kind of tucked away, like it's hidden away, but it's still something that, you know, when I open to it, it's a nice little surprise, and it has all these little elements of things that I love to do. Here's a girl who's, you know, writing and has a little cup of, you know, tea or coffee. We've got some knitting needles and a ball of yarn, some paints, and a paintbrush, a couple of stars, of course a mug, and a cozy beverage, and a little, is this, maybe this is like a Nintendo Switch or something. While I don't have it, I do like gaming occasionally, so I have that here too. And this wasn't actually a sticker, but it was part of the sticker sheet, so I cut it out because I liked it so much, and it just says lovely days at home. And I thought that was, you know, a cozy little touch. Oh, and then she also included this cute little village scene that I thought I would just put above the Hobonichi Techo 2025 kind of title page here. So it's not a terribly in-depth setup at the moment, but you can see I'm just keeping it quite simple. And what I'm also doing, oops, is I am using this, as I mentioned, and I wanted to kind of supplement it by having this be a little bit more of a personal journal. I have a notebook I'm currently using as a certain type of journal, but it's not a terribly kind of personal journal. It's for other purposes. So I thought that I would just kind of try this out in here. And this is because this past year in 2024, I was occasionally using the notes pages as a space to do some daily journaling, and I really, really loved it. But that meant that I ran out of pages very quickly. So I think we didn't even quite make it to the middle of the year, and I had already used all of the notes pages for, journaling and various kinds of notes in addition to that. So I thought that I would just kind of try out these memo pads. They're relatively inexpensive, and they come, as I mentioned, in packs of 3. There aren't very many pages in them, but they do, have the Tomoe River paper. And I want to say that this is even the kind of older Tomoe River paper, not the Sanzen one, for those of you who might be interested, since these were probably manufactured from a while back. But I thought that the brown kind of matched really well with the cover and was kind of neutral enough just to kind of tuck in the back here, because I think the other colors are red and a kind of a light blue, which I think, could be fine with the colors that actually appear on the Tanabata cover. But I wanted to start with this one, and I put a little cute cat on it, and I might use some gold lettering to kind of indicate the months that are covered in this. I won't necessarily show you the front pages just yet because I have started some very personal journaling in here, but you can imagine that, it's I've been doing just some journaling without much decoration at the moment, but I am kind of excited to, use this as a space for that purpose. And maybe there's something about it being, just so slim and so portable, easy to bring around with the week's setup, and also relatively, less expensive, that that kind of gets me excited. I feel like it's a little bit more low stakes, and so I end up kind of enjoying using these things. And so I had a different idea for kind of a more personal journaling in mind, but then I had this idea and I wanted to try it out. So I am excited for this, and I have been loving it so far. And this one I've just been inserting kind of into the secretary pocket. I could insert the whole thing in because it's just so thin, or just the back cover, and that's what I've been doing for now. And voila, it's a great little Hobonichi Weeks setup, not too thick at all. And I did ask for an elastic band, which I think was an option. You can get it without an elastic band or with an elastic band. And I love that she matched it to kind of the dusty pink kind of puce color. And so this is what I believe will be my Hobonichi 2025 setup, and I am so excited for it, and already really kind of loving holding it, having it start to be kind of my main go-to here. I hope that this was interesting. I am already kind of planning other setups that I will be sharing on this channel as well. I hope you all are doing well. We are actually experiencing our first snow here today, so that's very, very exciting for me. I hope you all are doing okay, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.